The Big Ten has released a letter to the NCAA and the Big Ten Conference where the players are on record on behalf of over 1,000 Big Ten players, 23 different sports. They want to empower athletes to use their platforms for change. And they're doing this, and they were ready for it. They didn't write this just after the Big Ten released its schedule. The Big Ten had to have known this was happening, because if not, they're moronic. They release their schedule, and the players come out and say, we understand and appreciate that you released your plan, but we believe, the players say, that your proposal falls short. These are players taking a stand. These are players taking control of their health, their safety, their ability to make money, and their platform to try to effectuate change. Change that college athletes and pro athletes have tried for decades, scores of years, and sadly have not been successful. This could be the moment. The players in the Big Ten said they're deeply disappointed by the lack of leadership by the NCAA. We knew that. They are calling on the NCAA to devise a comprehensive plan to ensure the safety of the players. But I would tell the Big Ten leaders of Big Ten United, you know the NCAA isn't going to do that. They're claiming they have good faith dialogue, but they have a proposal. They want third-party approved by players testing. They want penalties for noncompliance. They want mandatory reporting of any violations. They want an adherence to the WHO and CDC guideline for sporting events in compliance with all federal, state, and local regulations. They want minimum cleaning and sanitation protocols, plus temperature checks for anyone entering the facility. Here's a hint to the Big Ten United people, and I mean this with love. Temperature checks don't do crap. It means nothing, but it's a bullet point. They want in-season testing 3 days a week. They want immediate quarantine for any positive tests. They want whistleblower protections for all personnel. They will not sign, and they want banned all COVID-19 liability waivers. We've talked about these waivers. The PAC-28 said that they want representation to figure out these legal documents because they are legal. For whatever reason, and this is where I get bothered, part of their Big Ten United proposal, and you know what? I'm going to be critical, and you're going to be upset with me, but I'm going to be okay with that. They want complimentary access to the Big Ten network for all athletes' family members. Come on. Are we talking about your safety, or are we talking about getting a network distributed for free so your family can watch you play because you've already decided it's safe? When you are making demands of a conference and you are being as serious as you can be, don't do what the PAC-68 did. Don't let your message get completely obliterated by ancillary demands that are so unrealistic and unreasonable that someone like me will use his platform with these loyal listeners watching and listening. You lose credibility. I'm frustrated by that. The other issue they want is what all players are asking for now, and I've mentioned it, but I'm going to mention it again. I understand the ask, but it's not going to happen. They want coverage for all out-of-pocket medical expenses related to COVID-19, both short-term and long-term, incurred by active college athletes. That is called an unlimited liability. There is no company, there is no university, there is no employer, there is nobody who will grant you any sort of provision. And if you get to me at David P. Samson, if you have it, but unlimited future liability, short-term and long-term, covering your out-of-pocket medical expenses. It's just not going to happen. I was hoping what the Big Ten was going to do is that they were going to find a way to work with their players, given what happened in the Pac 74, that they would find a way when they released the schedule to acknowledge the fact that Rashad Bateman had already opted out, that Micah Parsons of Penn State had already opted out, two of the best players in the country. Acknowledge that some of their players were opting out. Acknowledge they wanted to go forward and play. Acknowledge that the players have certain demands and wishes for protocols and safety, and done a united, and I use that word purposefully, a united release of a schedule and of protocols and procedures that had been agreed upon with a representative group of players, the Big Ten and the NCAA. Sadly, it did not happen.